The video for July the 5th, 2017 is entitled, Government is a Criminal Enterprise. What will it take to liberate humanity from mind control, ignorance, and fraud that has been our reality for millennia at least? Most of my life has been spent in an attempt to build bridges, expose the walls, and awaken my brothers and sisters. I have self-published newspapers and magazines, had my own radio broadcasts, and been actively involved in many movements to shed light on our dilemma. I was part of the Restore the United States movement, part of the One People's Public Trust, part of Swiss Indo, and even thought I was working with the Chinese Dragon family. I have filed UCC-1s and other legal documents to claim my sovereignty from corporate identity and control. Still, they stole my non-mortgaged home. Yes, it's the fake money system behind it all. Criminals who lie about everything. Is it wrong to want to be free without dying first? Indeed, the word government itself means mind control. If you ever look it up, that's what the word actually means. But there can be leaders if there was ever honesty. But government is never honest. It's always dishonest. It's always a scam. It's been that way for a long time. And it has its roots, of course, in the fake money system. The fake money system is where they can create money out of nothing, claiming the value that's inherent in us, each of us as a human being. We have the ability to create, to work, to produce things with our minds, our hands, and our natural abilities. Without us being able to do things, there is no value in anything, not even gold and silver. But at least gold and silver is tangible. Fiat currencies created by the Rothschilds and the other international bankers has no value whatsoever. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. It's a bankrupt establishment, a bankrupt institution, organization, whatever you want to call it. It has no value. And yet it runs the world. What's wrong with this picture, folks? And what do I have to do to awaken people to the point where we can take back our sovereignty? Now, I've been following Anna von Wright, and I think she's doing some amazing things. I've been following her for some time now, getting her articles all the time, and she produces sometimes 3 or 4 a day, more than I produce. But she warns us about OPPT. Which is the One People's Public Trust. She warns us about other things. And when are we going to start working together to get out of the dilemma that we're in? We can't do it by throwing stones at each other. We have to build bridges, not throw stones and try to make everybody else wrong. The only thing that's wrong is the fraud and the deception of the money system, which is unfortunately behind our media. It's behind our religions. It's behind our politics. It's behind every institution that has any influence over humanity. And we, humanity, are enslaved by it. And if we could believe them, we are indebted to it. But it's not a debt of gratitude. It's a debt of obligation. And there's a huge difference. I don't mind being indebted to someone who does good and gives something of value, provides something of value. I don't mind being indebted in the sense of being grateful to those individuals that are able to produce something or provide something that uplifts us. But most of what we have to deal with does not uplift us. Not even our religions, and the best of them do not uplift us. My second cousin keeps sending me a thing of getting right with Jesus. She's on this kick. Will you forward this to all people to show that you love Jesus? Look, I love everybody. But I don't love what people do or what beings do that uproot humanity from our potential, our real identity and our potential gifts, talents, and abilities of becoming something more, of becoming really godlike beings. I don't believe that God is separate from us. God is part of us, but it's a part that we've forgotten and turned it into a religion, which again, like government is mind control, religion means to bind, to enslave. It does not mean to liberate. And all religions do that. All of them. All of them. No matter how much good there is embedded in the religions to make them appear attractive, behind them all is still distortion. Even if the distortion is, I'm right and everybody else is wrong, but has a different opinion. No, that's not love. Love, again, does what I've been trying for most of my life to do, and that is to take down the walls, build the bridges, show support for that which is right and good and decent. We are not sinners. We've been lied to. The sin is committed by those that claim to be over us, including God. God is not over us. God is one of us. What a concept. God is not separate from, but embedded within us. Embedded. Part of. Intrinsically valued. It's where our intrinsic value comes from. But God, the divine part of us is intrinsically valuable. But that's who we are. We are intrinsically valuable. We have a destiny that's good. Now, I've been lately. It's funny because I can't sleep anymore. If I get 2 hours in a row, it's amazing. 3 is phenomenal. I mean, it used to be that I could get 4 or 5. I can't even do that anymore. I mean, it's a little after 3 o'clock in the morning as I'm making this video, and I've already been up. I woke up before midnight and I didn't go to bed till 10 o'clock. Watching a video that someone, a friend sent and recommended to me. Anyway, folks, I'm struggling and I still want to see some of the promised changes that are tangible changes, not pie in the sky and the sweet by and by that you have to get when you die. The idea of having to die to go to heaven is ridiculous. I want heaven here now. I want peace on earth now. I want prosperity for everyone now. I don't want the enslavement anymore. How do we get this message to whatever it's going to take to change the culture in which we find ourselves? The culture of indoctrination and slavery and bondage, of mind control. How can we wake up and realize that what we have does not serve us? In fact, it hinders us from reaching our potential. Don't you want to reach your potential? I know I do. And I have to have things change in this world for that to happen. Not just my attitude toward the world, not just how I see it, but things actually change. Anyway, thank you for listening. Namaste.